Buenas tardes, todos. I will use English, okay? But first, I will say a little podcast because originally I only speak English, and but now with 3 years I live here, I have learned a little bit Espanol, so my language has turned into Spanish. Okay. If you read my speech, you find Spanish or even often Spanish. Please don't laugh at me. Sometimes even unknowingly Spanish for me. Okay. First, I introduce myself. My name is Ming. I'm from the Instituto Confucio. Perhaps some of you, or even most of you, know the Instituto Confucio a bit? Okay. We set up there. Welcome to visit our Instituto Confucio, and welcome more to learn Chinese there. Now we have many students, many of you are now studying in the Instituto Confucio, and even we have some of you now studying in China because we have the scholarships. We have many scholarships, and now many graduates now in China, in Beijing, in Shanghai, in many very good cities, very bonita cities. And they live here, they are very happy, enjoy great happiness. So I hope more of you later can go to our Instituto Confucio, learn Chinese, and to get scholarships and visit China. And today, for me, only give you a little introduction for the Chinese economy. Because you know, economy is very big indeed. Impossible for me to explore very deeply here. Only give you a summary, something simple. And I think, I hope my speech will arouse your curiosity, will arouse your interest, and later you will find, you will read more about China, and even go to our Instituto, learn Chinese, and even to live in China. That's like our many graduates now in China. So happiness. They always ask me to extend their stay in China 1 year after 1 year, 1 year after. Now, even some students stay in China 5 years or even 6 years. Why? Too happy there. So welcome to learn Chinese. Welcome to our Institute. Now I begin my speech on the Chinese economy. From this picture, who knows this is which city of China? Who knows? Oh, very good. Shanghai. And before my speech, I will say a little about Shanghai. And perhaps very soon, some of you will expect to visit Shanghai, to see Shanghai. Shanghai is really, really very, very beautiful and great city. And Shanghai is famous for its modernity, very, very modern. For example, look at the skyscrapers. In Shanghai, there are more than 2,000 skyscrapers, just like this. It has the biggest number of skyscrapers in the world. More than Tokyo, more than New York, more than any other cities in the world. So Shanghai is very, very modern. And in Shanghai, if you take subway, you will feel very, very comfortable. For example, this is the subway of Shanghai. And Shanghai now have close to 800 kilometers of subways. Number one in the world, already number one in the world. And Shanghai plans to build more subways before 2025. At that time, the city of Shanghai will have more than 1,000 kilometers of subways in the world. So Shanghai's subway will be very, very convenient. Shanghai, and almost all of the subways, the trains, are new, are modern. Because Shanghai to have so long subways only within 20 years. Only within 20 years. Before 20 years, even Shanghai didn't have any subway. So the Shanghai subway is very, very new, very, very modern, very good. And okay, please. And this is the subway. And Shanghai even have the high-speed subway, high-speed. The fastest in the world. It has how the speed is every hour 500 kilometers. 500 kilometers every hour. The subway, the high-speed subway in Shanghai, very good. But of course, it's not so long. Perhaps only 40 kilometers. 40 kilometers. But it is the only one in the world. Only one. If you visit Shanghai, you can try to take not only the ordinary subway, but also the high-speed subway. Perhaps your feelings will be different. Very good. Now, okay. This one. And Shanghai, you can see this is also the big, very, very long bridge in Shanghai. And how long can you guess this bridge? It crossing the Changjiang River, crossing the Yangtze River. More than 10 kilometers, more than 10 kilometers. And before this, it is a tunnel. It is a tunnel also under the Changjiang River. And the tunnel, how long? Also more than 10 kilometers. More than 10 kilometers tunnel under the Changjiang River. A very, very great. Last time, Elector, they watched with us in Shanghai, and we take the tunnel through the bridge. The view is so great. great site. Excellent. Okay, please the next. And in Shanghai, you will see the biggest theater in the world. This is the biggest theater. And perhaps only seeing the picture, you find know something very different from other theaters. But actually, this theater, the biggest part is under the surface, underground, more than 40 meters, underground this theater. So if you enjoy music in the theater, you will have a completely different enjoyment. Very, very good. And this is the biggest theater in the world, Shanghai Musical Theater. Okay, please. And this is the most extraordinary F1 racing place. Very, very how say survive. Okay, the next one. This is the Disneyland in Shanghai. If you go to Shanghai, you can also enjoy your visit here. And perhaps Shanghai Disney is now the most profitable in the world. Why most profitable? Because the people in Shanghai, the people in China, too many. The business is too good. Okay. Look at the next. And this is the crossover bridges, the night view in Shanghai. Also very good night view. The next one. Or the night view. If you go to Shanghai, you can visit. Very good. Next one. Okay, I only mentioned a little about Shanghai, and hope some of you later, when you go to China, you can even first go to Shanghai, and then second go to Beijing. Shanghai is the biggest city in China, and the second biggest city is the capital, Beijing. Now let's have a little knowledge about China before our knowledge of the Chinese economy. And this is the made mapa, ASEAN, you can see China is close to India, close to Thailand, close to South Korea, and Japan. But compared with Japan and Thailand and India, China is much bigger. Actually, 200 years ago, China were much bigger than the present China. And just like Mexico, before 150 years ago, you lost a great land, right, to United States. We also lost great land to Russia. Más o menos, you lose how big? 200 square kilometers, right? You lose to the USA. We also más o menos the same to Russia. So to make our country, to make Mexico, to make China powerful is very necessary. Otherwise, we will be bullied. This is why today both you and we want to be build our country powerful. We don't want to be bullied by the USA, but the USA likes to bully others very much. This is the character of the USA. Okay. Okay, please, the next one. A little knowledge about China. China now we have the name is People's Republic of China, and this is our flag, our national emblem, even our anthem, March of the Volunteers. Please. Now look at the area. Our area is this, and you can also see the area of Mexico, más o menos 5 times of the area of Mexico, más o menos. And but we are much bigger than you, not only in area but also in population. Our population is much more than yours. You have más o menos how many people? 123 million, right? But we have 10 times of you. And why many people say China is una maravilla, a wonder, because China, though is very big, but the farming land is very small. Farming land in China is very small, and I don't think our farming land will be much bigger than you, Mexico. So we have to use the small farming land to support so many people. So this is really a wonder in the world. We use the little farming land to support so many people. Okay. And now China, we have 1.4 billion people, really. Más o menos 1/4 of the whole world. So sometimes when I have tourism in China, I'm not so glad because full of the scenic spot is not the scenics, but the people. Everywhere is people. Person. But anyway, with so many people, it's a very good place to have business. So if you are a businessman, you will find China is the best place to make money. Really. And all the ground is el oro. Okay. Okay, please. And your city, Mexico City, our capital. Our capital is Beijing. Our largest city is Shanghai. And our language is standard Chinese and simplified Chinese region. And look at the religion. Your religion is very clear. More than 83 is Catholicism. And but for us, look at the ethnic groups. And just like you, we have many minorities. But your minorities, even the number is bigger than us. We have 55 minorities. Perhaps you have more than 55, right? 60 or even 70 minorities you have, I know. But in China, more than 91, you can see, more than 91% belongs to Han ethnic group. Han, the nation of Han. people of Han. Okay, please, the next. Let's look at the religion in China. You can know a little. And in China, actually, most of the Chinese is irreligious. They don't have the religion. And the next one is the Buddhism. Buddhism is very influential. We have more than 10% of people belongs to the Buddhism. And also Christianity. We have some people Christianity. So in China, you will also see ecclesias. Even in every city, you can find some ecclesias. And about China, I will say only a very, very brief about the Chinese history. Chinese history is very, very long. Perhaps in the world is the longest. Because you can see from so many years ago, the Chinese, the land of China, we have our ancestors. And even before the Christ, before the period of Christ, we have the feudal society. So China has the longest feudal society in the world, more than 2,000 years. And for Europeans, they only have más o menos 1,000 years of feudalism. But China has more than 2,000 years of feudalism. And so más o menos 200 years before Christ, we have the Qing dynasty. And can you guess? 200 years before Christ, at that very, very ancient time, how much people in China we had? Can you guess? We have 30 million. We have 30 million in that time. So I think that perhaps the biggest population in the world at that time. And China's history is very, very long. The next one, we have the Han Dynasty, many dynasties. Okay, please, the next. And the Song Dynasty, the Tang Dynasty, even later the Yuan Dynasty, Ming Dynasty, Qing Dynasty. Until in 1949, our People's Republic of China was founded. And who knows the person who founded China? Someone of you who knows? A person, one person founded China. The person is Mao Zedong. Okay, excelente. And I admire the greatness of Mao Zedong very much. Why? Because not only Mao Zedong united China into a strong country, but also at the beginning of the Republic of China, just at the beginning, Mao Zedong had a war with the USA, with South Korea, with more than 10 countries, the United Kingdom, and even the France, more than 10 super powers in the world. They all together attacked Mao Zedong, but Mao Zedong drive them all out. And finally, they had to have a peaceful agreement with China. This is in the world history. This is the first time a poor country can defeat the most powerful country in the world. At that time, most of them use the weapons. Very, very poor, very poor. But most of them defeated the US. So the greatness of most of them is so big. I admire him very much. He is one of the greatest military experts in the whole world history. Okay. And look at the other regions between China and Mexico are very interesting. Today's Mexico and China are very, very similar. Very, very similar. For example, look at the Gini index. Gini index. And I think many of you know what's the Gini index. Gini index to indicate what? The gap between the rich and the poor, right? The Gini. So look at the Gini. China and Mexico, más o menos igual. We are the same. So both we have very rich people and very poor people. Just like here in China, and look at the HDI. And who knows HDI? HDI also now very, very often used in the world. It is Human Development Index. Human Development Index. It's used to measure the happiness, measure the personal happiness. So you can see in personal happiness, Mexico and China also más o menos the same. So we have the same happiness as you. That's the más o menos igual. Okay, very interesting. Because the money is different. You use peso. We use what? We use yuan, RMB. And who knows now the exchange rate between yuan and the Mexico pesos, más o menos? Yes, más o menos 3 pesos or 1 yuan. And others, the date, the fecha is very different. You often say the day, the month, and the year. But the Chinese, we say what? The year, the month, the day. Pay attention to that. Really different. Okay. And but drive is the same. So if you drive a car in China, you will feel comfortable. But you will feel scared. Very familiar. And okay, the calling code. You have this. And in terms of GDP, and you know GDP? To measure the richness of a country, the value of production of a country. Now China, the GDP is this is back. Not back. Do you know? Purchasing power parity, according to the purchasing power, not in terms of the US dollars. That means the same US dollar can buy what things in Mexico, in China, in the United States, in India. According to this, China is number 1 now in the world. You can see China has 25 trillion, and Mexico is 2 trillion, más o menos 10 times. Okay, and but in terms of US dollars, we are now 2018 this year. Perhaps we will reach the 14 trillion, and the USA is. Do you know how much is the USA? US dollar, how many trillions? Is 19 trillion. So now in the world, only two countries, more than 10 trillion. One is China, the other is USA. But this is only in total. In total, the meaning is not so big. The per capita richness perhaps is more meaningful. In terms of richness per capita, you can see China and Mexico más o menos igual. So really, in terms of happiness, in terms of income, Mexico and China now. This is why I feel so comfortable to live here. And if you go to China, you will feel also so comfortable to live there, I think. Okay, please. This is the GDP in the last year. And the USA is 19 trillion. China is 13 trillion. But China will be 14 trillion this year. Why? Because China increased very fast. And, anyway, USA is slower. And some people estimate about más o menos 7 years later, or at least at most 10 years later, definitely China will surpass the USA. This is why the USA now is afraid of China very much. Now, according to the news, you have found USA always find faults with China. Always to find ways to slow China's development. And the third one is Japan. Japan has this. So China is 3 times of Japan. But do you know at what time China and Japan were equal in GDP? Only that is 2008. 2008, China and Japan are equal in GDP. But now, 10 years later, China has 3 times of the Japan. So you can find how fast China's richness. And this is the top 10 in the world. This is according to the FFA, Purchasing Power Parity. And China is number 1, USA is number 2, and the next one is India. And I think India really in this situation, because if you go to India, you will find really the same US dollar can buy so many things, really. So sometimes I believe the purchasing power parity very much, because it is very fair. The same $1 you can buy how many things in different countries. And the next one India, the next one Japan, next one the Germany, the top 10. The last one is the France, top 10, France. Okay, please, the next one. And this is according to the GDP per capita. You will find the USA is the richest country in the world, No. Actually, the richest country in the world is not the USA. It is Luxembourg. Luxembourg. And the second richest country in the world is Swiss. Swiss. And the third one is Mongolia. Mongolia is a part of China. But Mongolia is very rich. Number 3 in the world. Number 3. And the USA is number 8. Number 8. So you can see the per capita, the US dollars. And okay, this is the next one. Look at the last year, the rankings. Mexico is in the middle. Mexico is in the middle. Mexico ranked 71 in the world. And China ranked 74 in the world. So really, we are brothers. We are brothers. We are always similar in the world. Okay, this is the next one. This is the last year in terms of business volume. China is number 1 in terms of business volume. So you can see China is this one. 4 trillion. 4 trillion every year. The foreign trade value. And the USA is 3.9 trillion. So China is really the number 1 business country in the world. This is why I recommend you to learn Chinese, do business with Chinese. And also because Chinese is developing very quickly, very fast. So I hope every one of you can go to China to pick up all of us. Everywhere, always. Okay. Okay. And Mexico, also very big. Mexico is among the top 10 in the world. So Mexico is number 10 in terms of foreign trade volume. Also very good. So why you have this position in the world? Obviously, you have many businessmen, right? So I hope many of you later become businessmen to realize your dream, to become good, just like Bill Gates, like you are number 1 rich person in your country is who? Okay, you can find your dream like him. Don't disappoint. You are a person. He is also a person. Why he can, you cannot? Please encourage yourself. Okay, this is the next. And this is the top 500 companies in the world of last year. You can see USA have 132 top 500 companies, and China has 115, and Japan is 51, and Mexico 2. So from this big company, you can also know now China, the business is very big in the world. And you can see the number 1 is Walmart in the world, and number 2 is China, number 3, number 4. Walmart is really very powerful company. Here, just in Chihuahua, how many Walmarts? Really, in China also, many Walmarts. Really, their business so big. Okay, please. Now is some basic topics for lecture. Among the 500 main industrial products, China ranked first. We have more than 220 products. That means what? That means, for example, the steel, the cars, and the grains. So many products. China ranked first in the world. And so, the next one. And look at the capacity of production of China. Now, in the world, more than 80% air conditioners produced by China, and more than 70% of mobile phones from China, and 60% shoes. And not only shoes, but also maletas. I found it very interesting, and many of our friends, when they go to China, they like to buy maletas. Yes, maletas in China, very good, very cheap. And now the factory Asia. Not only is factory Asia, China is a world factory, world factory. And almost half the world's goods we produce. Really big. And why China has so many goods? Because USA is still the #1 in the world in terms of GDP, right? But US's GDP, most of the US's GDP is not products, is what is service, right? Is service. But China, almost half of China's GDP is the products. This is why China now produces almost half of the world's goods. So the manufacturing capacity is so big. Okay. And now I only show you some famous companies in China. Now China has the biggest sales of cars in the world. And can you guess how many cars will be sold in China 1 year? 30 million. 30 million cars every year sold in China. So really, very big. And just like you, here you have the Ford, the Nissan, and so on. In China, you can also see this. But China has also its own brand of cars, and very good. These, for example, the Great Wall, the car brand belongs to China, and really the national brand of China. And the Great Wall cars now are sold very well, even in Southern America. For example, last time in Peru, I visited Peru last year. I find that in Peru the capital is Lima, and Lima. Many taxi drivers they drive the Great Wall cars, and even very surprising to me, the driver told me, Great Wall car, very good, number one, and in quality, I was surprised, really? But they like it. The Great Wall, the car very much. Really were good. And please, next. And the next one is BYD, also a national brand of car in China. BYD is famous for the electric cars. And now I think that BYD is only second to the biggest producer of the car electricity is Tesla, the USA. Perhaps the BYD is only second to it. The production very big. Okay, the next one. And this is the pickup, a small pickup. Don't look down. Don't look down upon the pickups. Now, this kind of pickups is very, very popular in Africa. You know, in Africa, there are many countries. They always fighting with each other, right? They find that this pickup is very useful. Full of these cars in the African country. Very interesting. Okay, this. This is the Geely auto car. Geely car now also sold very well in the world, especially in Russia. So many people buy the Geely car. And the Geely auto also has merged, also has Volvo. Perhaps you have heard of Volvo before. Now Volvo is a part of the Geely. Really good. Now, and the next one, perhaps you are familiar with, right? Huawei. Actually, the mobile phone of Huawei is very good, very good. This is why the USA is very afraid of China and stop Huawei to enter the USA market because they are afraid of Apple will be defeated by Huawei in the USA market. This is also reflect how to say about USA. Only other countries can buy the USA products, not the products of other countries sold very well in the USA market. Oh, no. USA will say no. This is really a hooligan country, we should say. Hooligan. Okay, please, the next one. And this is the next very big mobile phone producer. Actually, this mobile phone also sold in Mexico. I have found, but sold not so well. I know, because even this company not sell very well mobile phones in China, even not very well. But anyway, this company is famous for producing the telecommunications equipment. So I work with the next one. Please, next. Have you seen this brand in your market? Yes, this is very, very famous in China. This is Xiaomi. I use very good. Why Xiaomi is so popular, not only in China, but also even in many of the countries of the world, especially Xiaomi now number one in India, because Xiaomi has a slogan, the best quality and the lowest price. The best quality and the lowest price is the slogan of Xiaomi. So really very good. And many of you, I remember some of you, some becarios, our becarios in China, they told me, they want to buy the Xiaomi mobile phones. Very good. Yeah. Later you can apply. Very good. And the next one, please. And except Xiaomi, Huawei, we have Vivo and Oppo. The mobile phones, also very good, very good. And later you can find some. The next one. And in China, you can find also other big. This one is very big. Tencent is famous for what? For WeChat. WeChat. And WeChat here on the top. That means WhatsApp here is very popular, but China, the WeChat is very popular. And in China, even nobody use other kind of communication tools, only WeChat. Not the Messenger, not the Facebook, no Twitter, only the WeChat. Very useful and very convenient. And even I recommend you to download one. You will find good. And because most of the Chinese, every Chinese now use the WeChat. If you use WeChat, also you will find the Chinese friends very easily. Very popular, so popular. And now in China, you will find also the pay. The payment in China is very strict. Everywhere you cannot find people using the paper money, to buy things. Almost all Chinese people use the mobile phone to buy things, to buy everything. So China has entered into a society without paper money, without real. And don't worry about if your mobile phone is lost, you will lose money. And the Tencent company has many good measures to protect you. So no problem. And the next, please. And in China, now everything can be done with your mobile phone. Everything. This is why in China, I don't think it's good. There are more and more people becoming the stay-at-home. Because stay-at-home, they can do everything. When they want to have a meal, they use their mobile phone. Okay, then a meal will come here. And everything, you pay everything and get everything in your phone. Okay, next. And in China is also different from here, from the USA. We don't use the Google. Don't use Google. We already use Baidu. And you always use the Google Map. See, we use the Baidu Map. I think it is good, not a bad phenomenon, because you know now the Google is so popular in the world, and Google not always doing good things. Sometimes it do bad things. So if you are always controlled by the USA, by the Google, by the Apple, by the all the USA companies, sometimes the USA will do bad to you. Really, yeah. This is why I think we use the Baidu, not the Google. Okay, now Baidu is only second to Google in the world. Very, very big company. Okay, please. And this one, some of you perhaps know. This is Alibaba. Alibaba is now #1 company of e-business in the world. And you know e-business. Now e-business is so popular in China. China is the biggest one, number one e-business country in the world. Almost we buy everything at home, not go to the supermarket, not go to other places. And I even heard from my colleagues, they even don't buy, for example, don't buy rice, don't buy sweets, don't buy even vegetables. They always stay at home. Everything sent to their door, their gate. They are too lazy. I don't think it's good. And why e-business is so popular in China? Do you know the reason? Why not so popular in Mexico? Why not so popular in other countries? Do you know? The reason is e-business in China is guaranteed, no loss, no loss for the consumer, no loss for the businessman. You needn't worry about, if I mail my products to you, you will not give me money. You needn't worry because Alibaba, number one company in the world, will guarantee all loans, all things they will guarantee. This is why e-business so popular in China. Nobody worry about their loss, their possible risk. Very good. Okay, the next. And very famous for Alibaba is the Taobao, Taobao. You can buy everything in the Taobao website. I think those things you cannot think out, but not the things you cannot buy from the website. Everything. Perhaps only what you cannot buy. Only more. You cannot buy from the Taobao. But even more, perhaps Alibaba is trying to make it a reality for you to buy everything. And for the Taobao, people always use the Alipay. We don't use the PayPal. In China, we only use our own Alipay and WeChat Pay and so on. Very, very convenient. And look at the 芝麻信用. It's very useful. Now in China, the share cars is growing more popular. Share cars means what? You needn't buy a car. You can always go to some place to drive a car. And if your 芝麻信用 is good, means your credit is good. So you can use your 芝麻信用 to go to the car and very easy to drive it away. Right? Very good. I'm trying, when I come back this time, Shanghai, Beijing, I'm trying also to drive one. Why? Because I cannot have a car in Beijing. Beijing has a very, very strong restrict on cars because full of cars in Beijing. So the government now even don't permit people to buy cars. Every month, only 20,000. Every month, only 20,000 cars can be permitted in Beijing, in the capital. So if you want to get one of them, it's so difficult because it depends on your luck. Always lottery, the luck. I have tried my luck 6 years, or this year 7 years, no luck for me. So difficult. So I want to use the share later. Okay, next please. And other companies, Lenovo. Perhaps some of you know this. Lenovo is famous for the laptops. Also very good. The next, please. And Hisense, the TV. Have you seen Hisense in Chihuahua? I remember I have found some. Very good. Hisense cheap. Because the character of Chinese products always featured by cheap but good. The next one. And this one is famous for the heavy machine. And now it is said that more than 80% of this kind of cranes were produced by the company. Without the company, the USA, the United Kingdom cannot to make an aircraft carrier. You know aircraft carrier? Okay. But without this Chinese company, they cannot make because only the company can produce this heavy machine. Very famous. Okay, the next one. The next one is the hair. Perhaps hair is little thing here. But anyway, hair produce the washing machine, very famous. More than half, or even perhaps half of the world's washing machines is produced by this company. Very, very cheap. Why I recommend you to do business with China? Because really China produces so many things in the world. You have so many commercial opportunities. Very good. Look at the next one. The plants, the microwave complex. And this company produces also almost half of the world's microwaves. So big production. I don't know if here you can buy a glance microwave. Perhaps you can buy because they're very, very popular. Okay, next. Oh, the end. Hey. Thanks for your attendance and your patience to listen to me. I introduce you to so many companies and the basic situation of Chinese economy. Only hope you can later have interest to do business with China and to realize your great dream. Okay, but before you realize your great dream, I think you better go to our Instituto, okay, to learn Chinese and then to have happiness with us, not only with us here, happiness, but also happiness in China, okay? Thank you. Thank you today.